Hi everybody, Christina Elbar here, and I wanted to take some time to talk about my newest release, The Dark Mermaid. This story is about a mermaid named Luna, and the opening line is, "I was born with a serious defect. On the surface world, they call it kindness." So that gives you an inkling on how this world is set up. It's inspired by The Little Mermaid, written by Hans Christian Andersen, who's a Danish author. And in that story, there's a lot of things that kind of plot-wise that follow that. You can see it. But there's also elements or breadcrumbs or Easter eggs that will remind you of the Disney's iconic classic version. This is not a redhead mermaid, though. She is a blue-haired mermaid, which you can watch other videos to find out why I, made certain choices about that. But Luna, when she becomes 13, everyone and her people have a rite of passage where they're supposed to be left alone in an area, and they have to basically kill and prove that they can survive. And so she ends up proving that she has these powers, the ability to control magic. And once her father sees that she's strong enough to be her heir, he wants her to prove herself in the way that they do. But unfortunately, was actually very compassionate. She was born with compassion, and once she sees her love interest in the story, Ian, and his family out in the water, she is able to see how they interact with each other, and she sees that there's a different way, and there are families that function because they love each other and they care for each other. So she realizes that she's been living in this nightmare and she wants to be free. So she ends up sparing the life of Ian when his family is attacked by her family. And so this sets off a chain of events that really ruins her life. She's banished, and the only person who kind of comes to her aid and teaches her about her magic and hones in her fighting skills is the Sea Witch, which is her father's sworn enemy. So there's a lot of delicious backstory there, explored in the book, and will be explained some more later down the road. But Luna grows and she gets stronger, and eventually she meets Ian again, and they have a bit of connection. And this story will deal with true love and whether it's a good thing that the universe tries to pull people together, or is it really kind of a curse. So it's a dark, twisted fairy tale fantasy book. I like to write messed up stuff, but it's very hopeful throughout the whole story. It's not just about romance, and it's not just about revenge and the brutality of her world, but also the hope of, can you really come from this dysfunctional place and then find another way to live? So you really wish and hope that for Luna throughout the book. So that's where kind of the hopeful thing comes in. Can she escape and trying to change her destiny? Because the whole time while she's learning magic, she's terrified that it could turn dark and she could kind of become a monster, or even a little bit like her father or the Sea Witch. So it's a very interesting story. I really love it, and it also it will be a series. It's the first book, Curse Water series, and it actually exists in a universe. So the companion book right now that I have out will be Phases of a Broken Sky, and there'll be another book coming out soon that I'm wrapping up right now called Anubis, Goddess of the Dead, which is about vampires. So mermaids, werewolves, vampires, they will all interact in this curse world, but there'll be more updates on that later. But I hope you guys really enjoy this book. I had a lot of fun writing it, rewriting it, and editing it, and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys check out Dark Mermaid. I really, really love it. And you can go ahead and get it on Kindle right now. You can get it on Amazon. And if you want a signed physical copy, I'll have a way of getting that to you too. If you go to the website, www.ninjadustpublishing.com. All right, happy release day, guys.